Good day, Miss De La Cruz. For today's video, we would like to present the wedding story. Before that, I would like you to meet my groupmates. We have Janila, Mildred, May, Adrian, and of course me. My name is Nefriti. The Wedding Dance by Amador Dagios tells the story of Awiyaw and Lumnay, a husband and wife who have been married for 7 years, but are having a second thoughts about getting married again. Despite being in love with his wife, Awiyaw feels the need to be married again in order to have a son. He goes to check on her during the celebration of his second marriage when he found out she had an abortion.
The wedding dance in this story about Awiyaw and Lumnay was composed by Amador T. Dagyao. Awiyaw intends to marry another girl, Madulimay, because Lumnay was unable to provide him a child. There are also flashbacks of Lumnay making a sacrifice to the god Kabunyan in order to have a child, and how Awiyaw and Lumnay's love was great as the river. But as mentioned in the story, that a man, to be a man, it must have a child, and he had to leave her. He promised to return to her if he couldn't have a child, and Lumnay attended the wedding dance to protest the written rule that a man can marry other women. But, after witnessing her husband marry another woman, she couldn't take it any longer, and went to the mountain to sweep away the bin she had been thinking about. The first literary criticism that we found out are feminist criticism, that the feminist perspective is reflected. The disparity between men and women in the tribe is highlighted in this tale because it is only Awiyaw's need keeps him from Lumnay, enabling Awiyaw to wed the different women. The fact that Lumnay tried to delay the upcoming couple's wedding dance shows that she has entirely abandoned the feminist perspective. And it also highlights the flaws and poor status of women in society.
Second one that we found out, psychoanalytical theory fugues on psychological motivation of the characters. Sigmund Freud thought that we are motivated by unconscious desires that we are unaware of, and this lack of awareness pursues is motivated by self-defeating behavior, which I believe happened in the character of Awiyaw and Lumnay. The behavior of the character is aggressive and distinctive, wherein Awiyaw wants to have a child, but suddenly Lumnay can't give it to him. And instinctual is about the natural needs, because Lumnay, despite her love to Awiyaw, didn't want to have a child with him. Lumnay exhibited self-defeating conduct as a result of her lack of courage, which is why one of the literary approaches to the story is based on psychoanalytical theory.
The third literary criticism that we found out is feminist criticism again, because Lumnay's husband commended her for her tenacity in farming and diligence in housekeeping. Even so, he ultimately decided to be married again despite saying that he would never find anybody better than her. This served as evidence that women are at times subordinate to men. Particularly, when it comes to making decisions, men are superior. Because they are previously expected to shoulder significant tasks, men were given power by the last one we found out is historical criticism. Story takes place during a time when people believed that a wife's role was to produce a child, to represent their marriage, and to have someone inherit their parents' labor of love. According to the characters in the novel, any man can marry another woman. The village chiefs thought that a woman couldn't have children, she would be useless. These examples demonstrates how beliefs have changed over time. In the present, people who are unable to produce children can decide whether or not to remain together. This is because people now understand emotions.
Amador T. Daguio was an active member of the literary community in the Philippines in the years leading up to World War II. He held the position of chief editor for the Philippine Congress up until the year 1966. The year he passed away, His literary works, particularly his poetry, brought him widespread acclaim. Hudhud Hay Aliguyon Dagyo was born and raised in Manila, Philippines, and studied at Rizal High School and the University of the Philippines. During World War II, he worked as a houseboy, waiter, and caddy to help fund his education. After the war, he attended Stanford University and received master's degree in English 1952, and 1954 he received a legal degree after completing his study at Romualdez Law College, which was located on the island of Leyte. His most well-known works include Wedding Dance, The Flaming Lyre, Man of Earth, and of course, Hudhud Hay Alamayo.